Welcome back, everyone. Now let's take a look at number 22. 22 is a very familiar song for a lot of people. It's Yankee Doodle. This song is only 2 lines long, and if you look, it's just 1 line, 2 lines, and that's pretty easy, right? It's a shorter song to learn, and there is some repetition in it as well. So take a look. You have C, C, D, E, C, 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 D, E, C, 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 D, E. It changes a little bit and change it a little bit different, right? So there is some repetition, but it does change a little bit too. Let's also take a look at our chord symbols. We have a C chord, a G7. We learned those both already. C chord, G7, C chord, F chord. F chord is a different chord. We haven't learned that one yet, but I'll give you a little sneak preview of what it is. It's a little bit trickier chord, and we usually learn it a little later on, but I don't want to freak you out, and I still want to kind of get you going on it so you can learn what that looks like. And then we have a G7 and then a C chord. But let's go on to where we find it in our book and slide it down. So now let's take a look here at 22. I know it's really small. The number is right there. But it's easy to find if you look really close. So that's 22. And let's take a look at the notes. This one's a little bit easier. It starts on your B string on the second line and second string, and it kind of jumps between the top string and the second string. So you're going top string, second string, top string, but then all of a sudden for 2 notes, it goes down to the G and the A, back to the second string. Most of this song is on the second string, the B string, and it does pop up to the high E string every once in a while. But this is a little bit easier song to play. The only one that's a little tricky is right here. Again, you can read the regular notes if you want to in treble clef. Okay, so let's take a look and let's play that one a second, and then let's look at the chords. Here we go. We're going to start on your C, first finger on the B string. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Yeah, so you're going from your B to your G right there, open, and then you're going to go open again, and it goes right in there for the last few notes. Okay? Now, let's take a look at our chords. Notice the chord symbols or diagrams are still there. You're going to play this C chord for 4 counts and the first 2 beats of the second measure. Then for the last 2 beats of the second measure, you're going to play the G7 chord right there. See that? And then you're going to go back to the C chord again and play it for 4 counts plus your 2 beats, and then you're going to go to the G7 and so on. Here's your C chord. Now let's take a look at that F chord. Notice that you do not play the 2 lowest strings. And this part right here, I know it's really small on your computer, but you can blow it up in your book. There's 2 dots on the first fret of your first 2 strings. So you're actually going to lay your first finger over top of both of those strings at the same time. They're on the first fret of the first 2 strings, and you're going to lay your finger on both of those strings at the same time. Then you're going to catch that second fret of the 3rd string with your second finger, and you're going to catch that 3rd fret of the 4th string with the 3rd finger. And you're only going to play 4 strings. Now, if that's what yours sounds like at the top, that means you're not pushing hard enough on that first finger. There we go. Boy, I really had to squeeze. There. Now, for a while, it'll sound like this, right? Because you're just not squeezing those strings hard enough. All right, and that's why we wait for a little while to get our fingers and hands stronger so we can play that F chord and really get a really nice clean sound. But expect it to sound like that for quite a while until your hands get used to really squeezing those strings. All right, so don't freak out. It's nothing you're doing wrong. It's just you're learning. Okay, and then you got a G7 chord for 4 counts. And then you have a C chord for 4 counts too. So you got that F chord in there for just 4 counts right there. Okay, so let's try that one. Ready? 1, 2, C chord, go. Doodle went to town. See, the word town is right there on the G7. So I'm going to do this without singing. Ready? 1, 2, ready, C chord. G7, back to C. G7, C. F, G7, C. All right, so that was a little bit tricky, but did you notice that these two fingers right here, fingers 2 and 3, are the same shape? Look, I'm just going to take my first finger off. Here's my C chord, G7, C, G7, C, F, I slid them down, same shape, G7, C. Now take a look at the one finger. Here's my C chord, second string, G7. Everything's on the first fret. C, G7, back on the first string. C. Now your first finger is already on that second string of the first fret. Just keep it there and lay it down on that first string as well for the F chord. Now just slide it a little bit to the G7 and then back to the C. So you get the same shape basically throughout the whole song. It's either this way, a little bit more separated, more out, a little bit together, more out for the G7, together, together even more for the F, separate it way out for the G7, and then back to the C. All right? So some people find the notes the more tricky things to play. Some people find the chord to switch those, and then the F chord, and they're going, oh, I hate that F chord. Right? It's not that you hate it, it's just that it's so difficult to get at first. But you're getting it. Remember, every time something is challenging, that means you're on the verge of learning something new, and that's a good thing. Okay? So practice both of those, especially the notes, so you can play it very well. All right? We'll see you in the next video. Keep working hard. Stay persistent. That means don't give up. You're going to get this. Keep working hard. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.